Good morning, y'all. Whenever somebody's there, I know there's this blue skies behind me. Is there anybody there? Nobody yet. All right. Okay. I don't see anybody yet. No, I didn't advertise this morning. I didn't even put y'all on my live feed on YouTube like usual. It's because I've been busy for a little while. And so here we are. I'm just putting laundry in a bucket outside. I have a wet hand. Oh, somebody's there. Hi, good morning. A few of you there. Good morning. Okay. Get me back inside before we lose the signal or something. Let's get us over here. Who's there? Donna Kay. Oh, everybody. Oh, Donna Kay's been sick. I just saw that. And I remember her not feeling good. I forgot what, was it last week that you said you weren't feeling good or something, right? So y'all keep praying about that for her, that she gets better. By Black, she has passed on. She came out from one of my get-togethers with her then younger boyfriend years ago. And it's only been about, I'm away from the phone a minute, but it's only been about maybe 10 days, maybe 2 weeks since she passed. Okay. Horrible cold. I'm so sorry, Donna Kay. Ending. Great. Wonderful. Okay. I'm going to go back and check filters because I want all messages. And then I'm going to go back and do community moderation for subscribers for now. Let's do that to start with. I'm going to have to get pads for my little stools at the cabin. I got really stressed out at work this week, especially yesterday. Not sure how much I'm going to say about that, but just saying it happened. And the MS symptoms that can come and go for me were yesterday. I could not do anything I had planned for yesterday. And so I'm better this morning. But see, I've been dealing with this situation and shit. I don't like to talk about those negatives. But in case somebody needs to learn from what I did, maybe it's not such a good idea to try so hard to take care of yourself and be quiet about whatever's going on. So part of the problem I'm having, I tried everything I could try. Bought more stuff. I took the back off my chair. I took Wendy's crate home because, well, anybody who knows from the shop is going to know what's going on if I say too much. Anyway, so let me carefully say this. There's not enough space for everything. It's worse, not better. I bought a standing desk thing. Mine standing up at work at all. But I bought this stand-up thing for the computer so I could stand up so that I wouldn't get bumped on my back as much. And it didn't make any difference. Didn't make it any better. It made it worse. So the person that I'm struggling with not in front of anybody else. So it doesn't look like it's happening, but they're talking bad about Wendy. They're doing photography and websites and building things for their own business. Yeah, sure, we have downtimes, and during downtimes, you can read the news and play a solitaire game and, shop for something on Amazon or something. Yes, because we need to be there for customers. But this seems as though when they're hurting or angry, they want to do all the work themselves. They don't help, and then they want to be angry about stuff. And systems that I helped to create to help keep it so that no matter who walks in the office, they can find an answer. If you don't do the system, there's no answer. So it's a whole that thing. So so trying to avoid them and their problem with my dog for some reason. And my dog is 9 pounds. Wendy is so little. And when I started there, I was told, yes, she can be there. I even got her a crate. We had a system. But when a bigger dog showed up, there's no room for the crate. The bigger dog tries to go in the crate with her. It doesn't work. There are parts of what I did that work, but I've spent money on this and I'm tired. I'm tired of being bumped, annoyed, interrupted, whatever. I'm not going to shut up anymore. And because of what happened Thursday, because Wendy to avoid the person because they were in one of their moods, I tied Wendy's leash to something. Stan tripped over Wendy. And so now Wendy can't go to work with me anymore. Okay? And is it the only solution I can come up with is that I'm going to have to try leaving her at home and see if she can be. That's what I'm going to try. Am I angry about it? Absolutely. Because the other person is not going to even think about the fact that it's their changes that made this so challenging. And so rather than work with me on this, I'm probably still going to have to fight a big dog. But you know what? I'm not going to. Now I'm going to say something because this ain't right. And like I said, I took the back off my chair because I kept being smacked and bumped and okay. And one of you guys bought me this beautiful $45 phone charger, plugged it in the wall behind me. This person has no clue, I guess, or they won't take the clue, or I don't know what. Let me not put words in the mouth. But they had to have been the one that bumped it in the wall because it was plugged in the wall flat, and it's one of those that has the prongs that go up and down on it, and it was plugged in the wall charging. And the next time I looked at it, it's crooked sideways, and the battery started to expand. Well, of course the battery started to expand. It was a whole thing. So I'm just like, no battery charger for my phone. And you think I'm bringing another one back in? Oh, heck no. Because this person doesn't care. It's like they don't have any filters for somebody else and their feelings or their budget. I don't even know. I'm pissed. You can hear my pissed. I know you can hear how pissed off I am. So, yeah. Okay. Whoo! Okay, so guess what? The engine is in my weight tracker. Friday, I was told that it was about an hour from them. This didn't stay on. About an hour from them Oh, starting the engine. We're that close. So I went ahead and I applied at Overland Expo West in Flagstaff. And there were a couple other things that were kind of hanging that I haven't done yet, but I'm working on. Okay. Now, new thing, go check out C6 Outdoors. C6 Outdoors and I just signed an agreement that I will, within 2 months of them sending me something, that I will do 3 videos for them. So hang on for that one. That one's going to be fun. And so I have a few other companies I want to finish talking to you about some stuff. I just have not. What do you need, Miss Wendy? Okay. I just have not decided completely on a few things. So do you guys want to help me with some decisions? I'm getting ready as well in another 45 minutes-ish. My friend Chris is going to come with her pickup truck. We're going to Home Depot today. So I don't know if I'm going to have to cut it short or if we're going to try to continue the live or if I'll come back on later in the day. But so yes, some of my little stools are just wood. And because of the stress that kicked up my MS, sitting on these with no padding is making my lower back hurt so incredibly bad. So I guess I'll go ahead and I have 2 or 3 different styles of little padded covers for stools in one of my lists on Amazon. I think I'm going to go ahead and put them in my wish list because I'm going to spend some big money today. And I'm looking forward to a couple more big money things to spend, okay? Now, y'all know on my budget that I'm trying to do this carefully, okay? So, yes, some excitement, some not. Wendy, Miss Chris is going to come, and she's going to bring Farkas. And Mommy, hey, listen. Mommy and Miss Chris and Farkas are going to go to the store, and Wendy's going to stay home today. We're going to try it and see how you do, okay? Because I'm going to start leaving you home from work. So I need to. Do you want to come up? You want to come up? The people, I'm talking to the people on the phone. It's Sunday. I tell the people, Mommy accidentally bumped your eye and it was all swollen. Me feel bad. That was Friday night. Anyway, so here's what. So yes, Wendy is a companion dog, not stay at home all day dog. Whatever. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do. We're going to try it today in a controlled environment situation. I'm not having to work, so I don't have to worry at work. I want to get past the worry before I'm working without her. So that's what I'm going to do today. Yeah, I didn't brush her hair but anyway, Wendy, there's vehicle sounds outside. She keeps barking at. So let's see. So when I'm looking at the tracker, I'm having a problem with the paint job on the tracker. Some of you remember that the last time I was up near Colorado, I got COVID. We didn't know I had COVID at first, but I drove from really cold weather to the cabin, and it was warm at the cabin. I left at like 4:00 in the morning from Colorado, and it was cold and raining. And I got home and parked, and the next morning I went out, and there was a spot about as big as that, my hand, of paint that was laying on the ground the next morning. And I was just like, what? And it was clear steel, like no primer, no nothing. So we patched that, but it's not the same color. And now I have a Cascadia 4x4 solar system. That's a kind of expensive, like $700 kit that you put on the hood of your car. And I have the first gen, which was glued down with. When we were placing it on the hood, Jeremy helped me with that job. And when we were placing it on the hood, I put a piece of blue painter's tape on, and we went, moved the tape, and it peeled all the paint off the car under the tape. And so I already know my paint job, there's something wrong with it. So I've been exploring what to do. I also have one side, like right behind the driver's door. If it's hot outside and you lean against the side of my tracker, it dents in when it's hot. Anyway, that's the only big. There's lots of door things. So I'm wondering about when I finish up. Okay, I am so close to being out of debt, okay? But I'm wondering about scheduling with the Mako in Prescott Valley for them to have my car between a week and 10 days, something like that, after the engine is all fixed, and let them repaint the tracker. So really nice. I want to take the decals off that I had put on the paint. I want only decals to be on window glass. And then, well, I'm saying that real quick. I did offer to a couple of companies that they might be able to have space on the outside of my rig, but that's a thing, okay? Yes, there is something really wrong with that paint job because it should have had primer underneath, not just stainless steel or whatever, not just plain metal underneath paint. Something really wrong. Anyway, so considering, I don't have a quote yet or anything, but I got thinking about it. I talked to a couple of friends. Any of the places in this area, they're expensive. And one of them used to be really good. Their product's not so good anymore. And Mako's just warranted and, you know, wide kind of thing. And it's not fancy, but my car's not fancy. But if it, I don't know how much more. I don't know how much that will cost me. I don't even have any guesstimate on. I'm figuring a couple $1,000, you know, like $3. I don't really know. But so on the debt-free side of things, I owe $570-ish on, no, 400 and notebooks right here, guys. $475 on that loan I've been working on for years. And then I owe a little tiny bit. So I'm at $548 for being debt-free except for the white tracker, okay? Right now, the white tracker bill is at $700. I keep paying at it all the time. So the next big thing with the tracker will be, well, no, the next, so then we always said I would sell the blue one to pay for the white one. So the blue one will be up for sale soon. I'm thinking wait until I get the paint job either done or ready to do. So hopefully you guys are getting that with my numbers, okay? Um, but I'm this close. So the sale of the blue car probably will help me paint the white one and finish paying Stan for the work on the white one. I should be able to do both with that. And then if I continue to work, I shouldn't say if, then I'm planning to work for a little bit longer. How long? Who knows? But I've applied for Overland Expo West in Flagstaff. I asked my friends who are Overland Expo family. I asked them about camping near them, being pace, teaching classes, volunteering. I told them everything. I'm willing to do anything. I just can't afford a ticket, and I don't want. No, I could afford a ticket, but because I'm part of the Overland Expo family, I want to just be able to attend for free. And I told them advertise and camp in regular camping where people could camp with me for that weekend, that would be okay too. But let's just say something will happen for Overland Expo. And then I believe it's the week afterward is Zuki Palooza for anybody who's into Suzukis, Vitaras, trackers, sidekicks, even motorcycles. But we do a get together thing. It's going to be happening in the Cottonwood, Sedona area. There are trail rides, trail runs with Suzukis or whatever you have. There's a couple of guys that used to have Suzukis that still come, and they graduated up to Jeeps in their retirement age, and they take their Jeeps on the run. So there are beginner and even advanced trails at that event. And it's basically a long weekend. But so both of those things are happening in May. C6 outdoors. I'm rather excited, and it's going to be okay. But you just keep waiting. You're going to see stuff from C6. Let's see what else is going to happen. I love the Ninja Frostvault cooler that I bought myself. I would have asked the company to send me one for testing for the channel, but I didn't want to wait. And so it was expensive. I spent the money for that, but I think it was worth it. And I'll recoup the money, one by bartering away the one that was navy blue, and also by selling the 12-volt refrigerator freezer. I am selling the Weye 5,000 watt hour. I will break it up into smaller kits if that's appropriate. It's not because I don't like it. It's because it doesn't do what I wanted to do, and my simplicity factor, it doesn't fit me with my simplicity factor. I was hoping that one or two of the batteries might fit in the tracker and be what I needed there. But to use a 110 outlet with those battery packs, you have to have a separate piece. Now, I have one of those separate pieces, but I don't want to buy a second one. And I guess the only other way is to get a 12-volt inverter thing, which is what I'm saying. They have an inverter. I just don't think I want all those pieces in the tracker. So for now, I'm fine with block ice and a cooler. You know, I am pretty much old school. with me. So, um, what else? No, you're gonna stay inside. You're gonna stay inside. Um, you want to go in the backyard? Come in the back. Come on, come on, come on. So let's see. Come this way. Come this way. Come. Come this way. There you go. Lots of sunshine in the back. Okay, so going on a run, which I had intended to do last week, last Sunday, but we had bad weather in the area and it wasn't worth the risk. Weather's been kind of weird. I'm expecting that we're going to have quite a monsoon season this year. Just kind of, guys, be prepared, that could happen. I had some stress for a little bit talking with one of my about the roads, and that got all taken care of. It's not a problem anymore. But for a few days, there was a lot of stress around that. This stool is making my back hurt, guys. So what am I going to do? I am going to try to sit in a different chair, and I hope you can still see me. I can get the phone that close if I plug it in. I want to have it plugged in because the battery's not all the way full. Here, let's plug it back in and try to do this. Let's see if we can do this. But the hard stool is hurting my back again. Oh, there we go. Well, and yes, I bought this sweater at a thrift store, actually at the Witchwell thrift store, and which is at the farmer's market. And I'm seeing me in the phone, and I'm like, it's a blankie sweater. I bought it on purpose, really big and whatever else, just because it's kind of like a blanket if I don't feel good, or if it's really cold. Who's that? Iris gotta go? Okay. So I haven't even said hi to most of you. I see Babs. I know Donna Kay was here. Miss Beth is here. Yeah, not too many people watching, but I didn't like advertise. Oh, how much debt do I have left? I think I told you. I'm basically at $570. And $700 to Stan, which is like $1,200. Okay? But the little blue car's worth more than that. Somebody told me this morning that the little blue car is worth $4,000. I don't know if that's true. I know I'm kind of outdated with the prices on some cars. But I also know the couple of things that aren't perfect with that car. So I hadn't thought that much money, but I'll figure that out with Stan in a little bit. It's not time yet. It's close, but it's not time yet. And somebody else asked me, why aren't you keeping both vehicles? Because in my humble opinion, on my regular Social Security income, I only get $1,000 a month. On that income, protecting it from rats, mechanical issues, and or theft. So weather, rats, theft, and wear and tear. It's not worth an extra vehicle in my life. I think having one that's my daily driver and my overland vehicle is fine. So I would rather keep it simple. I don't want to be gone on a trip and be worried about the other vehicles sitting here. And what happens if something happens to Karma, right? Let's see. So nice to see everybody. Ashman, Beth, Iris, Catherine. Hey, Catherine. How's Homer? How are you guys doing? The night. Um, oh, Homestead Nomads. Hi, guys. Donna, Beth. I don't know who that is. CrowTube, Beth. Shane. Oh, hey, Shane. Shane. Does your family still? Does your family still? Are they still around the Sedona Cottonwood area? I think the answer is yes. I need to contact again. If I decide to do a Mako paint job, I would do like the medium priced one. I wouldn't do the high end one because of the cost. And I wouldn't do the low end one because of sometimes it's not as, sometimes it's an okay job, but this is a vintage vehicle and I'm gonna have a new engine in it. So, so my thought is that I would do like whatever the medium price is. I don't even know how much that is, but they're gonna need my car for about a week to 10 days, something like that, a week or two. And I don't know yet, because I'm just starting to explore that idea. I don't know yet what I'm going to do. Oh, I started to tell y'all that hood solar panel that I have, the Lensun company had contacted me. They had offered me a partial deal, but not something I really wanted, right? I was like, come on, give me a pro deal that's even better, or send me something just to use, right? Just because I've got 70, what have I got? 7,200 subscribers or something on the channel. So I was like, come on, man, help me out so I can help you out. Anyways, but Lensun's panels are put on the hood with 3M tape. Cascadia has a new system that allows you to take it on and off your hood. But Cascadia is a Canadian company in on the west coast of Canada. And I love their system, don't get me wrong. I like that their charge controller is heat resistant and it has 2 sets of leads. I need to check things out with Lensun, but Lensun could give me a larger wattage solar panel for the hood than Cascadia can. And I like the idea, but I am concerned that when I try to, so my Cascadia one delaminated. So they sent me a replacement, but as part of my payment to Stan, he wants the new one. So I was like, well, that's a good barter deal, letting him have the new one. So when we go to peel up the old one because it was delaminating, my paint could come all off my whole hood. It's only glued around the edges of the panel itself. And I wish I could show you, but I don't know how to show you pictures on the phone. But anyway, yes, musical doors with Wendy right now. So, but because of the way that the solar panel that Cascadia sold me, I had to pay for that. They didn't even consider my YouTube channel on that one. That was $700. I sold a big water tank, and half of the money I got for the water tank paid for that solar panel. Anyway, it was glued around the outside edges with a paint protective piece of vinyl in the center. But I'm totally expecting, the way my paint job has been, that when I go to peel it off, that all around the edges, the paint will come up. So I'm not ready to peel it up yet. That's another reason why I'm really looking at the whole paint job stuff. Okay? I'm not trying to do it too fast, but that idea has presented itself. And so perhaps, but I might take it really slow and not do it yet. Or I might do it between Expo and Zuki Palooza, because one's in Flagstaff and one's in Cottonwood. I don't know. I don't have any idea. But I'm just saying that it's a thing. Okay? So and yes, turtle steps. So let's see what else is happening with that. Oh, the chair, if Mary comes on, the chair, I might need to, I can't hear it right now, but this rocking chair has got those springs. It's a GSI Fire Pit rocker, the low one, because my knees are short. The bottom part of my legs are short. Anyway, it's more comfortable for me. But if it squeaks, I'm not hearing it squeak, but it might make a sound. Let's see. So that's the tracker stuff for right now. I'm not trying to do big, very scary changes all at once. We can turtle step our way through this. But I hadn't even really gotten excited because I just had so much stuff going on. So let's see. What else is happening with that? So that's the tracker stuff. I told you about work stuff. Told you about how my income and my getting back to debt free is going. It's going really good. So today I have most of the money that I've earned the last few weeks, minus grocery and gas money. I have quite a bit saved up that I wanted to pay Stan, but with the new thing of trying to leave Wendy home, and with the new thing of leaving Wendy home, with the weather, just stop. I don't know why. I'm just doing it, okay? I wanted that back patio to be enclosed as a screened-in porch with storm windows for the winter or for bad weather. And so I am going with the friend with the pickup truck. We're going to Home Depot. We are buying, I need two 2x6s that are 12 feet long. Can't get them with the little car. And I need one piece of the corrugated tin roofing that is 12 feet long. So that's why I'm going with somebody else. And then it scrolled a couple of times, guys. So I'm going to buy long while we have a truck, 10-foot long sections of gutter as well. Because the big projects are screening in the back patio, getting gutter on the cabin, and fixing the rain catchment system. But I mean, over time. So the big turtle step is I have to pay for the gas, of course, and we already talked about it. It'll be $65 in gas, and then whatever I got left, right? Then I'll buy these long things that we need. If I have leftover money, I think I have enough. I kind of priced things already. I think I have enough. I'm going to buy some 4-foot sections of the metal roofing, the corrugated roofing, for at least the west side wall, so that Jess can build that side first, because that's where all the weather and wind comes from. And so I'm going to do that. And I don't think I can afford aluminum screening because that's expensive. So the first stage of screening, we're going to use shade tarps from Harbor Freight because it's cheaper than screen. And so that'll be like the first thing. So I got to get, I'm going over my list with you. I got to get roof and screws. I got to get 10-foot sections of um, gutter. I've got to get the two 2x6x12s and one 12-foot long piece of tin. And then with the remaining money, I'll try to see if I can get 4 pressure treated either 2x4s or 4x4s. And then I will get 4-foot metal for at least the west side. So I don't think I have enough to get. I don't remember how much those panels, the 4-foot panels of corrugated uh, roofing tin are. But the 4-foot panels, I can use scrap for other walls. Doesn't have to be brand new, but at the same time, it also can be done piecemeal because I can pick up 4-foot pieces in the blue tracker while I've got the blue tracker. So I'm having to be careful. I've also been doing pretty good with my diet. I just have to watch the stress with my MS. But my diet's been pretty good. I've been trying to maneuver a less expensive basic diet right now that I can easily maneuver some meals without contributing to any MS symptoms. And so I'm sticking with animal based, and the reason I'm calling it that and not carnivore is because carnivore would be only meat, eggs, and cheese. Lion diet is only ruminant meats. I love both of those, okay? And I know that the lion diet will heal me up fast. So if I'm having a problem, I just go back to that. But on an everyday, I got to run to work and I'm using a cooler to keep my meats cold and stuff like that. I have to plan and budget because I'm trying to do this on a budget. I found that I don't have any trouble with fruits or fruit-based vegetables that are fruits, technically are fruits. That means the squashes, the blueberries. I do fine with blueberries. Now that I found a yogurt without pectin in it, I do fine with yogurt or sour cream or milk or half and half. If it has like the least amount of ingredients as possible and blueberries, I'm a happy girl. And then I found that with the N-corn flour, I can do N-corn flour, 3 eggs, a little bit of chives. I don't do really well with much onion. Now, I don't do bad with onion, but onion's medicine. And so sometimes I'll buy an onion. I'd rather be growing them. I didn't get them in the ground, whatever. I'm just not at that stage right now. But chives, I'm fine. Green onions, they make my stomach feel weird. So I don't know whether they do stuff to the green onions from the store. I got no idea. I mean, I used to care. Now I don't care anymore. But so chives, salt, sometimes a little cilantro, 3 eggs, 2 or 3 tablespoons of N-corn flour, a little bit of water, mix it up. I found that it's easier to wash my 7-inch enamel bowl. It's easier than washing mason jars, so I'm going back to the bowl because it's easier to wash. And get that prepared, put the cast iron fry pan on the sterno stove with a can of sterno because now I'm in an in-between season. It's not too hot. You don't really need the wood stove every day. So I'll be using probably more sterno. Sometimes I would use charcoal outside, but right now I bought a vintage sterno stove. So anyways, um, so I'm putting that on a cast iron fry pan on the sterno stove. Leave it for a little while. Put it in like it's a pancake, and then flip it. It makes 2 or 3 of those. 2's plenty for me to eat, but Wendy will eat some of it, and then there's one for a snack, a piece of it for a snack later. I've done okay with a little bit of actually Frank's Red Hot. I like Tabasco better, but I've been just trying to be careful with my gut. So Frank's was cheap, and I really wanted some buffalo wing flavor or something the other day. And so I tried, because it was super cheap out at Dollar General. I bought a little tiny bottle and I tried it, and I was like, well, I'm okay. So it's here. That it's here. And then one day I made the same thing, and instead of putting the chives in it, I used some of that Ceylon cinnamon, and then when it was all cooked, I drizzled some raw honey on it. That was a nice treat. So, but that's keeping my costs down. And the new tire guy at the shop, I'm his ride to work most of the time. And because of that, his mother has eggs from her chickens. And she evidently loves her chickens, like she goes out and sits and holds them and stuff. So, her eggs, I'm not having any trouble with. I still was in the ooh gag, I don't want to eat an egg, but I'm fine with doing what I'm doing right now, and it doesn't seem to make me bloated or anything else. So we're keeping that in the menu because I can keep it here without refrigeration, without too much trouble. I can use butter when I can afford to get what's the Irish butter? When I can afford to get the good butter from a foreign country, I get that. If I can't, I will buy cheap regular old butter. Don't want to, but I will. Okay, so that's what I've been doing. Karma was doing something the other morning at 5 o'clock, and he accidentally got me in two or three places right there with his claw. So I had a little bit of a catching blood one morning. So that's what I'm doing with my diet right now. Thank you, Lesa Ella, if you're out here or if you watch this later. Thank you so, so much. She bought both bags of duck jerky treats that I had put on my wish list for Wendy. I just put two choices thinking somebody might buy one, right? And she bought them both. So for a minute, we got plenty of duck jerky treats. Wendy's happier. Things are, I have plenty of pet food right now. For the next month, I've got plenty of pet food. Yeah, Kerrygold. When I go to Walmart, Kerrygold is in the $4, between $4 and $5 department, and that's okay. But if I'm in my local stores, it's between $7 and $11 for Kerrygold, and I'm not paying that. I'll buy the other butter for $3.99 because of my budget. Let's see what else. Like I said, that new cooler, it keeps ice a long freaking time. I do need to make an insulated cover for it in the car. It's in the car right now. It's had the 2 bags of ice that are in it. Even with all the sun we've had, it's been in it for a week, and there's still ice cubes. I checked it this morning. And that bottom drawer is cold. I think it's empty of food right now, which is okay. I'll try to bring some ice back on the trip today, or I'll get ice tomorrow. I'll get ice at work, on my way to work tomorrow, or on the way home. Let's see. So I'm trying to think. What do you guys have for questions, comments? Yeah, who else am I in negotiations with? I need to buy another pair of zero shoes for everyday, like sneaker shoes. Um, Dubliner, okay. I haven't seen that one. If I see it, I'll try it. Okay. Um, uh, I'm still doing fine with my coffee. Sometimes, sometimes it's a little cheaper and easier to keep butter than it is to keep like cream. And not that I have any problem with cream or if I let it even sour in the air, I'll do that. That's not dangerous. Um, but butter coffee's just fine, and if I want something in it, um, I'll do that. I've had some cheeses lately, but I'm not in love with cheese. I mean, I'm okay with it. Now, it's different. If I can get Mexican queso fresco, yeah, that's different. But that's usually when I go to Walmart and it's like between $2 and $3, right? 2.69, 2.79, I don't know. But it's like close to $3, right? So I don't mind buying a couple of those. Doesn't last long, but I don't mind. And then I do find with our local down in St. John's, our local El Cupidos here, which is in the Gas and Go gas station complex building, um, somebody home makes their tortillas. I don't have any trouble with their tortillas. I'm afraid of buying tortillas anywhere else. So for the moment, they told me the other day that I can buy tortillas from them. I just haven't done it yet. I've been trying to see if I can finagle this quiche pancake thing I've been doing. If I can make that thin enough that it's flexible, I would use that for a tortilla. And I just haven't got to where I love it like that. But El Cupidos, I can have their mild salsa that they make from scratch. They evidently peel and seed their tomatoes. So that probably is a factor. So so I'm planning to get more of their salsa for next weekend so I can have some here. And I'm probably going to get a few of their tortillas for here as well for the weekend, because I'm paying attention to what I do at work. And I'll take coffee with me in the car if I have it ready, which now I got a system again. It's pretty easy to have a cup of coffee for the car. And then when I get to work, I have another coffee. But I'm not usually hungry again until about 10. Well, it depends on the day. But until around 10. And then by 1, it seems like I'm not able to get lunch until about 1. And by 1, I'm hungry. And if somebody's run into El Cupidos, I'll get a chicken burrito. And I'll take, well, Wendy won't be with me come this week. We'll see how it works. Just pray that this goes without incident and that I don't have any trouble with Wendy. Let's pray that her pig ear chews, which I need to put more of those out on the list because I think I only have 3 of those left. So we could have more pig ear chews. But she, if she has something to chew on that she won't like chew on something she's not supposed to, let's pray that she doesn't have to use the bathroom and have a problem because she can't get out. What I'm thinking is as we build the enclosed patio, as it gets enclosed, maybe I'll put a doggy door on the patio and then she and the cat can be back and forth in the fenced in yard and that room, but not in where I sleep. Maybe. It's the thoughts I've got. If there's something else I need to be thinking about, either shoot me that idea, right? Or pray about it that I get some other, brilliant idea, or that the situation gets solved somehow. So, I mean, I'm hoping that I'm not going to be so angry with this person when I get back to work that I'm going to, because I'm angry. And the thing is there's another dog involved. And if they don't change what they're doing with their dog, and I had to change mine, oh, you know that, yeah. I'll be like, not nice about, well, I probably won't say a thing, but that's how you end up with, I'm saying this. It's one of the factors that makes autoimmune diseases is when you take in the things that are like bothersome. And I mean, I'm not saying it's the only factor. Don't somebody go crazy on me and start going, oh, that's a horrible thing to say. No, they have proven there are psychological factors to diseases, and especially autoimmunes. And often people with autoimmunes often are female, often have been in either abusive or toxic families or something. And often the person's character is that they're the nice people who are always apologizing for things, or that they're often, I'm not saying every single body, okay, but often people with some of these things often just take in, I'm angry about this, but they never say anything to the other person. And I'm not saying that I'm saying it's a tendency. So I had somebody one time go, how dare you? My children didn't. Okay, fine, whatever. You do you. I don't care. But I've learned that in my experience, it tends to follow that scientific research that says that people who have these health problems often think this way, or often deal with a situation more like that. So whatever. Thanks, Bernie. But I'm on the internet, so I gotta be careful what I say. And I gotta preface everything. Well, I only gotta be so careful. But you get my drift. And so I don't want to act like I always act. And Friday, I'm gritting my teeth with, I'm gonna be the bigger person, but I hate what I'm having to, I hate this choice that I have to make, because this other person isn't gonna make choices like I'm making. I mean, they don't even think about anybody else like hardly ever. So, but here I am. I can't risk my boss tripping over Wendy's leash a second time. That's not happening. And he tripped over her leash, but the only reason that she even was on a leash was because of the other dog and the other dog's owner talking bad about Wendy. And so I took her in the other room and I said, look, there's another computer, another telephone station. I'm going to go work over there for a while on something you don't want to do. And if you need me, holler at me. I'll grab the phone. No big deal. And yes, and has bad knees. And he tripped over the leash I had Wendy on. I thought I had her in a good spot. And I don't know why he walked between her and a motorcycle. Anyway, he fell, and he fell smack on the cement on both of the bad knees. So pray about that, okay? Anyway. So, getting supply. Big deal today, getting supplies for the back patio. Don't know what's happening with Dennis and Evelyn. Haven't heard from them in a minute. I wanted to, well, Dennis knows there's a couple of things I've got on his list to do. They usually were coming on Sundays about 11:30. I don't know if they're coming today. I haven't heard from them. I just saw that a message came from them. I'm going to read it. I'm going to lift my finger up here and I'm going to pull it down and read it. But my point being that if they come today, it's okay with me. But they might have to be here without me. Well, they would have to, because I'm not going to be able to, whoops, hang on. I hope it doesn't sorry, I must have disconnected you. Yes, ow, bad fall, yes. Neither Stan nor his son Stanley said to me, she gotta go. That's not what happened. Right. It was a bad fall. Yes, I feel responsible because I was. Okay? But I was trying, and I was trying to avoid a different problem and created one. Okay? Which makes me even more angry because I never would have done that had it not been for the other situation. But I went to both Stan and Stanley. Now, I apologized all over myself, right, for what happened. And then the next morning, I went to Stanley, the son, and I said, look, I know what happened yesterday. I know I apologized yesterday, but can you help me come up with a solution to this? Because here's why I did what I did. And I feel so horrible. We need your dad. I don't need your dad to have a knee surgery, okay? And you don't need your dad to have a knee surgery. And this was not my intention. I don't know why he stepped on the other side of her, but she hardly ever has a leash on at work. And hardly ever is it attached to anything. So I feel bad. And so I went to his son and talked to his son. And his son said, well, she's little. She's taco meat. He jokes about that. He's not a big fan of little dogs. I get it. Okay? I said, yeah, I know. He says, if it ever happens again, I will kick her into next week. And if she hits the wall, I will. And I'm like, I understand. It's an animal. It's a dog. It's not worth your father's knees. I totally get it. And I said, when I first started, do you remember me getting the crate and having her near the desk and she was in the crate? But then when the other person started bringing a dog, there's no room for the crate. So I took the crate home because there's no room for it. There's no space for me. And we have this big space to work. It's not like there isn't enough space. It's because the other person is making it challenging. And they just have no clue. I need to stop talking about it. So I said, we have this problem, and I can't say to the other person, you never asked if you could bring your dog. You never checked what the rules were. You just started bringing a dog. That's going to start bad blood. I can't just say, get your dog out of my freaking way. The bigger dog wraps its leash around my chair and my ankles. Because my chair is this close to a wall, every time I've almost fallen, I hit the wall. So I haven't said anything. Why am I going to say something? But now I'm not going to be quiet when I go back to work. Because if I have to make a decision to leave my dog so far away at home where I can't control the temperature. Now, have I given it thought? Yes, I've given it thought. Actually, all this time I've been working this winter, the coldest temperature inside the cabin when I came home from work was 35 or 40 degrees when I got home. She wouldn't die with it that cold. She would need to be able, but if she's inside the cabin where she can get inside blankets, as long as she's not chewing stuff up and peeing on stuff, probably she can be okay. So this is my thought patterns, okay? And so I'm like, I'm going to try it. Let's see what happens. So the first try is I'm going to go shopping today and not take her. And we'll see what happens when we come home. If I've got stuff all chewed up, well, then I'm going to have to think of something else. Or I'll take her crate in and I'll just say, I don't care about your dog. It's not my problem. I don't want to be that kind of person, so I'm probably not going to do that. You know me. But when it gets really hot, what am I going to do? But if the back patio is enclosed the way I'm trying to, it should be another help for this. So I'm trying to tell you my side from my viewpoint, okay? I can tell when somebody is doing well, you got to bring your dog. I can do whatever I want because I don't like your little dog. Okay, fine. You don't know how many times I have heard her say, Wendy's in the road. And I have Wendy in the little playpens that have the wire in them, they fold up in little small. Wendy has one of those playpens. If the wind's not blowing hard or the weather's good, I can attach it to the outside of the building and I zip her in it and I give her a pig ear chew and her pillow and and a toy, and she has a place. Well, so she has said to me, Wendy's in the road, and Wendy was zipped in the playpen outside, and I was like, okay. It's happened enough times that I'm like, she's just got it out for my dog. She doesn't like little dogs. Maybe. Anyway, so the thing is, she lets her big dog get on the furniture. It's okay for my little dog to get in the sunshine and on the furniture, but when the dog is bigger, it's not fair either way. Let's just put it that way. It's not fair. So I got to be the bigger person, and I got to leave Wendy home, and I got to figure out a way to make it be okay. At least it's not 5 below zero right now. I believe, yes, and you're hearing my side, not her side, but it feels like, yeah, and come on, I'm more right than I'm wrong sometimes, or than I give myself credit for sometimes, but whatever, we're just going to let this go. But that's what's been happening with that situation, and because I'm not willing to put somebody's health at risk. Now, if monsoons are horrible and I'm 50 miles from home and I can't get home because of the mud, that's going to be a problem. So I will have to come up with some kind of idea. But I might be in the white tracker by then. I might be able to think through I don't know. I might have to, I don't know. I haven't got a thought yet. But I might have to think through some way to, well, I thought of this before, to stay closer to town. Or there's not really any camping situation that's, but being able, I don't want to rehome Wendy. That's not even on my radar. okay? But it is an option, but it's not an option. You get my drift. But I'm not going to worry myself to death either. And she is a dog, but it's not like I'm just across town. I'm a long ways away, and there are times when you can't get in and out. Although I gotta say, our roads up here are way better than they used to be. So, okay, I need to stop talking about this, but it's really, really been beyond reasonable. And the fact that, somebody walking behind me and pushing me and tapping me, but they don't like me. There's the whole but you gotta I've heard the powers that be say a number of times. I've been ready to let that one go for a while, and I'd be like, I'm not trying to get somebody fired. That's not. I came in to get a deep breath. I came in to say, I'm struggling. Please come show your face in the front office. Just please come in the front office for a few minutes. Thank you very much. And then, because that's what I do sometimes when it's getting awkward. I'll be like, hey, Stan, why don't you come up in the front office? We'll make you a different coffee in the front office. Because now we have like a water cooler with hot water, and you can make a quick hot coffee, and it's really hot. It's nice. And so sometimes I'll just go, hey, it's awkward right now. Just come up here and make a cup of coffee, please. And he'll come up front, and he'll be like, oh, I didn't see the problem. I was like, well, yeah, of course not. That's how I get it to stop, is I bring you up. So, all right, that's that. Oh, I've said plenty. So I just saw the note come through that my ride's on its way. The last time I lost you for a few minutes, I went to answer the question from Dennis and Evelyn. I only put in a quick answer to them, and I will elaborate on it later. They can read it later on when they get a break. But yeah. But yes, Beth, exactly. My thoughts too. Totally my thoughts too. I was gonna just bring her crate back in and put it under the desk the way it was before she came. But I'm gonna get shoved and pushed more. It's still gonna be talked about. So, and yes, she wins. And that makes me even more angry because I'm so over other people winning when I'm the one trying so hard. So yeah, she's gonna win. And then her dog's still gonna be there because she's not gonna think about the fact that her dog's a problem. But you know what? I'm not gonna be so quiet when that dog is wrapped around my ankles anymore. I've been being quiet. I've been trying to be nice, but I'm really fed up with, I am so tied up, I cannot move because this dog is around me. And then if she walks out of the front office, the dog presses against my leg and whines. I'm done. If my dog had to stay home, but I'm not going to be able to say it because that will start horrible bad blood, which it's already. But if my dog has to stay home, how come your dog's not home? That's how I feel about it. Why did you even bring a big dog in here to start with? And then stop, Lesa, stop. Stop. And Wendy had gotten really good at just sitting on the rug outside the front door when there's sunshine and just watching things, moving when people came. She was getting good at this before the big dog showed up. And now Wendy's confused. She doesn't know what thing is hers and what thing is not hers because the big dog took her bed, took her pillow, took her toy, And yes, Wendy is in competition for the bigger dog's food because the bigger dog comes in and I put Wendy's breakfast out like I've been doing from when we started. And if Wendy has learned now, eat it fast because when Miss Kelsey gets here, her food's gone. And it's true. If there's any food in Wendy's dish, the dog comes in, eats all the food. And so I'm not going to argue if Wendy goes and eats her dog's dog food. I'm just not. But I'm also, they've been that close to firing her, I don't know how many times. So, I'm not going to stick up for her anymore because I'm tired. I don't know if I'm doing it right. I'm probably not being as nice about it as I could be. And I'll process this because yes, I want to be the bigger person, but it's been bad enough that I couldn't walk yesterday. And I got to be careful. His son doesn't see it either. His son most often is out. His son owns a tow truck company, and it's not our tow truck company, it's his. And his office of sorts is his toolbox on the far end of the shop. He doesn't see this stuff as much. Some of the other guys have seen it. But they all... One of the guys finally brought me something to help him with the other day. But she was in the mood of, I do everything, answering every phone call, taking every conversation, taking every customer, whatever. And so I went off to do something else. Because when she gets like that, there's nothing I can do about it. So, but... but well, and that's what I'm thinking is, if I've got Wendy taken care of, I ain't taking the shits the same anymore. Because I was more about protecting my own dog and protecting my stuff, yeah. But now that I've made the decision to try to leave her home, we'll see how it works. But don't get in my way now because I'm not going to be as quiet about it as I was. You go right ahead and do whatever you want to do. But you know what? There's only 2 things she's doing that I'm not doing, and I've done them before. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop saying, Kelsey's so good with tires. Why don't you? She's going to take care of that for you. I'm going to stop doing that. I'm just going to take everything that comes in because I won't have anything to be careful with except for me. And yes, I have a couple of goals, and no, I'm not ready to quit my job because the money, honestly, is worth it. Along with the changes I'm trying to make for the channel and the negotiations I'm starting to make with larger companies. And I need to be working on those videos for you guys. Once I start getting some more videos out here and stuff, as I'm able, then some of these things will be helpful too. Trying to get a sponsorship from Rockpot. At least if I can get a pot out of them to test, but I think that would be a perfect piece of kit for me in my life. Because when I saw somebody, they weren't wet, bottom, and then they put issues. I think my rides here. Yeah, I agree with you, Beth. It's here, so let me wave at them. Hang on a second. Wait a minute, Wendy. I told you Farkas was coming. Hey, I told you Farkas was coming. Didn't I tell you Farkas was coming? I told you.
She was down.
Yes.
Like,
she was.
You go to the house. And she barked at me, and then I said, "Like, show me the way."
It's
and
porch.
Oh,
yeah,
porch.
Okay. She knows porch day.
I told
you
Marcus I'll let him out when we come back, okay?
Oh, no, okay. Okay.
I'll let him out when we come back. That way, while we're unloading the stuff, you can see Marcus.
Okay. All right.
How's that?
So let me. You guys can't see what I'm doing, anyways.
We can't see what you're doing.
No, the people on the live. I was finishing up with my live online.
Oh, okay.
And so hang on one second. Let me do this. Miss Wendy, you come in the house with Mama.
She had to
Okay. Well, she better.
You're a good,
Let's put the radio on.
good girl. You're going to be so brave. I know, Marcus. When we come back. I'd let him out now to say hi, but you might not want to get back in the truck.
Right. If that's a problem, we don't want to do that to you guys. Yep. If Farkas won't get back in the truck, but let's put the radio on for Wendy. Not that she needs it, but
It helps.
but I used to do it with my animals before. I hope that station's a okay station. All right. Take my book. There's a pen in my book. Okay. Miss Wendy, you're going to come try to stay home. This is going to be a little different. Come here, big girl. Let's make sure you have a big... Whoops. Let's make sure you have a...
Oh, Mommy. Oh, no.
No.
Trick me.
Come here, big girl. I already talked to you about this. You're going to stay home. Here.
It's going to be okay.
Yeah. You're going to stay home and you're going to be a good girl. Let me get you a big chewy. Where's your big chewies?
Chewy. Oh, my.
Yeah. Let's get one of these. This will keep you busy. You love these, right? Let's get one of these. Whoops, guys. You're going to be... Okay. Here, Wendy. Come on.
She just said to me, Auntie Chris, can I take the chewy?
Look. Pull the door. No, she's good. Okay, no, she's good. Okay, radio's on. You got a chewy. You got food. You got all your baby toys. Hey. No, you stay. Wendy, stay. Wendy, stay. Good girl. Stay. Be a good girl. See you later. I knew I was gonna be.
I understand.
It's-
I'm the same way.
It's what I gotta do. Hey, Farkas. This is Wendy's buddy Farkas. He's just a little bigger. So guys, I'm gonna go.